Hey everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I want to talk about Thor Love and Thunder. Now, in the comics, Thor and Gore are absolutely it's about his biggest rivalry in comic book history, to be honest. Gore is this guy that is on this home planet that has no name, and he's basically stranded, and his family is suffering from no food, no water, and Gore prayed to the gods, and the gods never answered his prayers, so he always thought that the gods were useless, and thought there was no gods because nobody answered his prayers. So he went on a spree after he got the all black necro sword, watching a golden god fight a black god. Now, in that fight, the all black necro sword absorbed into Gore and gave him the powers that he has in the comics, and he's absolutely universal level powerful dude. Now, there was three Thors in the comics. There was young Thor, there was current Thor, present Thor, and then there was King Thor. Now, both of them had their strengths. Like young Thor thrived on anger and cockiness, while middle Thor or present Thor thrived on him being humble and knowing what is right and what is wrong. And then old Thor is both basically, and he also has the Thor Force, which is the Odin Force, but he calls it the Thor Force. And basically, long story short, they fight in many issues, and then at the very end, Thor defeats Gore the God Butcher by all three Thors fighting him at the same time. Now, I do believe Gore will win the first fight in the movie with his Black Berserkers, which is basically his minions. And then you have the Mighty Thor, which is Jane Foster's Thor. I do believe that, of course, at the end of the movie, they will fight each other, and they will fight. Jane Foster and Thor will fight Gore the God Butcher, of course, at the end of the movie. And I do believe that they'll win, but I don't think it would be the end of Gore. I think they might exile him or send him to another realm, like maybe like the Dark Dimension or somewhere that he can never escape. Because Gore is such a huge villain that one movie doesn't really solidify his stay in the MCU. I think he needs multiple, or maybe one more movie, or like a sequel to Thor: Love and Thunder, because he's such a big villain to Thor. And I do believe that Thor does get the Odin Force in this movie. Now, I don't know if you call it the Thor Force, but I do believe that he'll get the Odin Force in this movie. Now, for Jane Foster, in the comics, she actually had cancer before she turned into the Mighty Thor. So I don't know how they're going to do that in the movie. If she's going to have cancer, or she just gains the power of Thor from not having cancer, and just she's regular Jane Foster. And then, of course, Korg will be in the movie. Now, unfortunately, I do see Korg might be dying in Thor: Love and Thunder. I feel like he might protect Thor in the last fight, or in the first fight they fight Gore, and he'll kill Korg, because I don't see Korg having a major future in the MCU. So I do believe they'll kill him off in this movie. Valkyrie, I think that she won't be killed off, but she won't be a major factor in this movie. I don't believe, now Zeus on the other hand, I do believe that Gore will go to the Council of the Gods, and that's where he kills all the gods there. And I believe he'll kill every god, or try to kill every god. And Thor and Jane Foster will be the only people standing in his way. Now, it has been rumored that Thor will become Ruin King Thor. And I don't know how I feel about that. He won't be Ruin King Thor. I think they're just having the Odin Force, and that would make him way more powerful. I do, because I don't think they make him Ruin King Thor, because then they'll have to go into that storyline, and that storyline's for another movie, or he'll just be too OP, because honestly, he's way too OP for that to become Ruin King Thor. So I think Odin Force Thor is a lot better. And then, of course, you have Meek, and I don't think Meek is gonna survive. I think Meek will probably die too with Korg in the movie. And then, I mean, that's really it. I believe that This movie will be one of the best movies to come out in the MCU, and I think it's gonna have a funnier but serious tone. See, in Thor Ragnarok, there was a lot of funny stuff in the movie, but I believe this is going to be more like 50-50. You know, the very start of the movie is kind of funny, comedic, and then the second half of the movie is absolutely, I mean, mayhem. No seriousness, no nothing, just absolutely fighting, bleeding, killing, and just absolutely murdering everybody in his way. So I really hope you guys enjoy this video. I will be posting again on Wednesday, so tune in for that. I don't know what I'm going to be posting, but it'll be something related to Thor, most likely. So I hope you guys have a great day, and I love you 3000.